Jack is lying. He's totally lying. The kid hates me, all right? He's hated me since the minute I showed up back in Landview. There's not enough evidence for the police to arrest me. He totally invented this whole eyewitness thing. He made it up. It's all lies.
I admit Jack's story is a little shaky. He didn't remember anything. Now he remembers everything. And whoever does end up representing you should make the most of that suspicious shift in Jack's memory. And look, even Blair is suspicious of his story. And you should know she's already working on him.
She can't do that. If Blair goes after Jack, that's just going to make everything worse.
Blair knows that. She's trying to get him to trust her so that eventually he'll admit that he lied.
I hope it works. Jack wants me to fry.
The death penalty? You mean they'll kill him?
Well, they don't call it that. They call it an execution. But basically, yes, that is the same results. But you know what? He deserves that, right? I mean, according to you, he shot Victor. Right?
Yeah. But the death penalty.
Yeah, the death penalty, Jack. Do you remember a long time ago when Victor was framed? Well, when you're convicted of murder one, the prosecution usually calls for the death penalty, and odds are they usually kill you.
No, they can't.
Listen, hey, it is not your fault here. You just told the truth, right? Victor's the one that died. Todd's the one that shot him. And just because Todd's your biological father, you're not responsible for him. You can only be responsible for your actions. And if Todd wants to use a gun to solve his problems, well...
Right. Maybe he made a mistake. Right? People make mistakes all the time. Right? He doesn't deserve to die.
Jack, he has to pay.
I didn't mean for Todd to die.
What do you say?
Even if Blair does get Jack to admit that he's lying. Well, there's still, there's another matter entirely, which is the
gun.
The gun, yeah.
The gun that you took from Dorian's house, that then you supposedly gave to a homeless man that no one can find. The gun that's never been fired. The gun whose slugs won't match the slug pulled from my poor husband's body. That gun? Yeah. Whoever represents you had better find that gun.
I don't know if that's possible now.
Why not? What aren't you telling me? Is this what you meant when you said that there's someone framing you other than Jack?
Well, I'd be the first to admit that I wasn't the perfect mother. But no one can say that I didn't do my best.
Your best? Well, that would include imprisonment and torture.
Yes, well, I thought you might not agree with my methods. But what choice did I have? Victor, your father, Victor, had no right leaving everything to Todd.
I would never defend my father. But this debacle lies squarely on your shoulders.
Well, that simply is not the truth. Your nephew witnessed Todd shooting his brother.
If Jack is to be believed, and I have serious doubts on that score, this is still your fault. You and your demented agency. You created this whole scenario. You tortured both your sons and set the rivalry in motion.
Well, we are just going to have to agree to disagree on that. It's a pity. We were always so close, almost inseparable, and now we are miles apart.
We made very different choices. And you have lost yourself. You weren't a bad person back then, back when we did each other's hair and we baked brownies. We went to dances, we took exams, we shared our dreams. My God, you were my best, closest friend. What happened to you?
When I started at the agency, I thought they were the good guys. So I believed them when they told me that Todd, your dad, was dangerous and I was ordered to kill him.
But you didn't.
No, but I turned him over to them. And that's why he was locked up for those 8 years. I was an assassin, and I was trained to believe that Todd and others were enemies of the state. But the truth is, Danny, they were just enemies of the people that worked there. And I was just doing their dirty work.
You know what you said to me before? About being too hard on myself. Doing the same thing. What happened to Todd wasn't your fault. It was because of my twisted grandmother.
Well, Irene may have given the orders, but I'm the one that carried them out.
What happened to me? Victor Lord. He used me when I was young enough to be his daughter.
I was his daughter. Yes, he treated you very badly. But you were a willing participant in the relationship with my father. The boundaries that he crossed with me, there's simply no comparison.
Fine. You win.
Oh, this is not a competition. You're blaming your behavior on the fact that my father abandoned you.
I had 3 children with the man.
Well, that's not the point, is it? What he did is no excuse for you. I didn't turn out the way you did. I didn't commit unspeakable acts, crimes against members of my own family.
No, you didn't. But your alters certainly did. You were able to rise above the fray, keep your little hands clean. Not all of us were that lucky.
You don't know what you're talking about.
It was a convenient excuse, Victoria, blaming your misdeeds on your illness.
There is no excuse for you because you abused your own children.
I loved my children.
What aren't you telling me?
If you tell anyone that I know where the gun is, I can assure you it will never be found.
Todd, if I'm gonna represent you, I need all the facts.
Okay. I'll tell you everything as soon as we have a deal. Okay, because attorney-client privilege, that will protect you. They won't be able to force you to talk.
Who's gonna force me to talk? Huh? John McBain? Bo Buchanan? Nora? No one's gonna force me to talk, including you. Look, I know trust isn't your strong suit. But think about what you're asking of me. You're not just some client, you're the man accused of killing my husband. So if I'm gonna defend you, I have to believe in my heart that you're innocent. And if I trust you, you're gonna have to trust me, or I'm out of here.
If he didn't do it, I just hope that whatever happens to him is fair. If he didn't kill Victor, he shouldn't be locked up. He's already missed out on so much. You were just doing what you were told to do.
Right, I was just following orders. There's no excuse, Danny.
Hey, what's that?
Look, John, you don't have to explain anything to me or try to make me
Well, it's
feel
not
better.
about explaining anything or making you feel better. I mean, there's something I need to tell you. I mean, sometimes you just get me so turned around and I'm sorry, I just saw the ring. Is that
Yeah, Brody proposed.